Hello, and welcome to yet another mini episode of 180 Not Out. Today's episode is about something that I am very eagerly waiting for. And I'm sure you are too. As you can tell from the title, I am talking about the 2028 Olympics at Los Angeles, where cricket will once again become an Olympic sport. Why am I saying once again? Well, let me take you back by 128 years. In the year 1900, at the Paris Olympics, a match was actually played between Great Britain and France. The event was also expected to feature the teams of Belgium and the Netherlands, but they pulled out of the tournament at the last minute. This was a very interesting match. It featured 4 innings over 2 days, and Great Britain actually won the match with 5 minutes to spare. Another unusual thing about this match was that it featured 12 players a side. The match itself took place inside a cycling arena. Interestingly, the British team was awarded silver medals and the France team got bronze medals. However, once cricket returns to Olympics in 2028, don't expect any such abnormalities. The game is coming back younger and faster than ever before, as it is expected to feature 6 teams in the T20 format for both the men's as well as the women's cricket teams. Participating in the Olympics mean a big deal for the players of all sports. I spoke to Kevin Peterson about cricket being introduced at the Los Angeles Games, and he told me how special this feeling is. He in fact compared it to golf, which was reintroduced in the Rio Olympics in 2016 after a gap of 112 years. Listen to KP.
I never played in an Olympic Games. I was lucky enough to win a T20 World Cup and play in all the World Cups and beat India here and beat India at home and beat Australia in Australia. But I mean, when you look at the opportunity for these guys to play in an Olympic Games, that's pretty cool. The golfers came into it a couple of Olympic Games ago, and I know Justin Rose won the first one, and he's a buddy of mine, and like he just said, it was the most unbelievable experience to play in an Olympic Games because it's something that you don't do. So for the cricketers, like winding back the clock and going to play in an Olympic Games, that would be quite something. Just a unique experience. I think it's more of the experience because it comes around every 4 years. It's not like a APL that's played every single April, May. It's not like an SA20. It's not like a 100. It's not like one of these competitions. It's not like a bilateral series. It's something that happens every 4 years. So you go for gold, but you take in the experience.
Next, I spoke to Sri Lankan cricketing legend Upul Taranga, who tells me that winning an Olympic medal in cricket is as big as winning the World Cup. Actually, the comparison is apt too, as the Olympics, much like the 50-50 World Cup, are also held every 4 years.
I'll pick up Olympic because that is like Olympic means like whole world, like it happens also like every 4 years. Yes. So even cricket, I think this is the first time happening. Like that is only like in 2020, right? Yes. So yeah, I think that one is like winning World Cup.
However, of late there has been a dilemma making rounds in the cricketing circles: national pride versus financial incentives. I touched upon this question in depth in episode 2, where we spoke about the leagues in cricket, and then again in episode 8, where we spoke about the money in cricket. The links to both these episodes are in the show notes. As an extension of those conversations, another question that arises is that of, if given the dilemma of representing one's country at the Olympics versus playing for the cash-rich leagues, what would the players opt for? I asked this question to multiple legends of the sport. First, listen to English cricketing legend Ryan Sidebottom, who tells me that he feels immense pride in wearing the Three Lions jersey.
Wow, I mean it's a great question, isn't it? Because I mean, to play in the Olympics, you know, we all grew up and had aspirations of representing our country at the highest level. So for me personally to be able to do that and wear the 3 lines with pride and passion was a great honour. But then to maybe have a gold medal around your neck, I mean, that is something that no player in my lifetime would ever dream of. Maybe now is the case, but yes, you're totally correct. Where's finding that balance between, you know, representing IPLs or big bashers to then playing in an Olympic final and winning, you know, maybe a gold medal? So it's a wonderful question, and it'd be a tough one to probably ask every player what would they do. You know, IPL is huge and amazing and immense, but to win an Olympic gold as well would be something very, very special, wouldn't it?
Up next, I asked a similar question to Tilak Ratne Dilshan, the Sri Lankan batter and the inventor of the scoop, Dil Scoop. Here's what he tells me about this choice.
If he can win the Olympic medal, that's one of the dream any sportsman. Now is those days no cricket from Olympic. When I heard the Olympic is coming, really sad. No, my time is past now. Youngsters might be picked for T20 cricket.
I also spoke to the universe boss Chris Gale, who tells me that he would love to represent the country and play Olympic cricket for Jamaica. However, he also comments on how the game is changing and cricket is also a business now.
Yeah, that would be nice. I think, you know, like an Olympic sport, I mean, everybody will play for the country pretty much. Jamaica, I would represent Jamaica, and that would be fantastic to go for a gold medal. I think, I mean, the kids still have the passion. The game keeps changing, and, you know, it changes so quickly as well. You know, there's so many formats around the world, so guys, youngsters seeing the T20 format and they want to play T20 cricket as well. You know, but, you know, we can't stop it. The game changes, you know, from, say, 15 years ago, close to 20 years now. Yeah. You know, it's more a business aspect of things as well. The cricket is pretty much business. Yeah, it's not like we're a player have the loyalty like this and that and to for our country, and when the country don't have the loyalty with the player as well. So it's a bit of give and take. So, you know, it's just business.
South African batting legend Hashim Amla tells me that these days there's a tug of war going on, where leagues are pulling the players from one side and the national duty is on the other side. He also points out that there needs to be some way where Olympics and other league matches do not clash.
That seems to be the case. It's really tugging at somebody, the national teams are tugging at the shirt on one side, and you have the franchise cricket tugging at the shirt at the other end. It's put players under, you know, I suppose a type of, you know, dilemma, which way to go and how do they want their careers to go through. And it's a tough one. I'm very empathetic to it. It's a very tough decision to make. I think you'll have to make sure that the Olympic sport is in a gap when it doesn't clash with any of the leagues. If you want to have, you know, a pure Olympic, you know, so how they fit it in, I don't know, but that's what you hope they do.
Talking to the ex-Indian fast bowler S. Srishant, who tells me that representing the country for Olympics is a matter of pride. And in his home state Kerala, where he comes from, people who represented India in the Olympics have Olympian written outside their homes. Isn't that very pleasing to see?
Oh, I will pick Olympics because whenever we won the World Cup, and as I am from Kerala, I am from a land of Olympians. So whenever in track and field, when they go and their house address is Olympian, you know, Olympian is written in French. So for me, it's more like an Oscar, but Oscar happens every year. Olympics happens once in 4 years, just like the World Cup. So it will be epitome of if India wins that 2028 Olympic gold medal. I mean, that will be like icing on the cake.
Now that we've heard the views of what the players think about cricket going in the Olympics and what it means for them, let us zoom out and look at it from the larger perspective of what this inclusion in the 2028 Olympics does for the sport. First, listen to Mr. K.R. Nair, an eminent sports journalist who tells me what the existing problems with cricket is, and he hopes that with a stage as grand as the Olympics, those can be solved.
Everybody says football is a very popular sport. Yes, very good. But a common man can sit and see that the ball has to be taken to the other goalpost or the other goalpost, and whoever hits the number of balls into that goalpost wins the match. But take a man who doesn't know anything about cricket and make him sit there. He will not understand the game. This is the problem of what is stopping cricket from getting into a global sport. Because it is not a game which can be easily picked up by someone. You need patience. But once you understand the game, like you and me, we are addicted. When it goes to Olympics, obviously there are many people who do not cricket also. They will want to know what is cricket, because the medal tally comes in. So let us see, let us watch it, let us know what is the game.
Lastly, I spoke to senior sports journalist Vikrant Gupta, who tells me about how hockey had a sudden spurt in popularity in India following the Moscow Olympics in 1980. It might have a similar effect with cricket for other countries too. He also shares an interesting story of the Commonwealth Games of 1998, comparing that to the Olympics of 2028, which gives us an overview of how times have changed since then.
इंडिया देखिए, मैंने और आपने तो 1980 में जब इंडिया हॉकी मॉस्को जीता था गोल्ड, 84, 88, 92 में तो इंडिया ने एक भी मेडल नहीं जीता. 96 में एक आया, 2000 में एक आया, 4 में एक आया, फिर 8 में 3 आए. 8 में 3 आए थे तो हमें लगा पता नहीं यार, वी गॉट द मून. अब फिर लंदन है. तो मुझे लगता है कि क्रिकेटर्स से भी अगर आप पूछेंगे, सो वो भी वो ओलंपिक्स को देखना चाहेंगे. कहते हैं कि एक ओलंपिक्स और एक सॉकर वर्ल्ड कप, एंड अनफॉर्चुनेटली मैंने दोनों अटेंड नहीं किए कभी. तो कहते हैं कि वो जिंदगी का अलग ही एक्सपीरियंस होता है. आई थिंक फॉर द क्रिकेटर्स आल्सो, विनिंग अ गोल्ड मेडल इन द ओलंपिक्स, ये आपकी जिंदगी में ना एक बहुत बड़ा मोमेंट हो जाता है. और मुझे लगता है कि क्रिकेट के लिए भी अच्छा होगा. हालांकि आपको याद होगा, अभी तो खैर इंडिया एशियन गेम्स भी जीत के आया है. एक बड़ा कंट्रोवर्शियल 98 का कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स हुआ था कुआलालंपुर, आपको याद होगा, जिसमें क्रिकेट थी और इंडिया की क्रिकेट टीम भी गई थी. और उसी टाइम पे सहारा कप इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान हो रहा था इन टोरंटो. सो बड़ा टिकलिश था. बीसीसीआई ने क्या किया था कि एक सेट ऑफ प्लेयर्स वहां पे भेज दिए थे, एक सेट ऑफ प्लेयर्स कुआलालंपुर गए थे, और इंडिया की टीम हार गई थी. और अचानक से विद इन 2 डेज ये प्लेयर्स जब टोरंटो पहुंच गए तो सबने इंडिया में कॉन्स्पिरेसी एंगल निकाला. अरे ये पहले से इन्होंने डिसाइड किया था, वो जरूरी था. आई थिंक एक वो टाइम है और एक आज का टाइम है. अगर आप किसी भी प्लेयर से पूछें, आई डोंट नो 28 तक कौन कौन लास्ट करेगा उस ओलंपिक्स में, बट जो भी होगा, आई थिंक उनके लिए गोल्ड मेडल जीतना ओलंपिक्स में बहुत बड़ी बात होगी.
Cricket's arrival at Olympics is a very big deal. With LA 2028 still being 4 years away, it looks like the wheels have already been set in motion, as the recent T20 World Cup in 24 became the first World Cup to be held on the US soil. It will be interesting to see how the sport develops there over the next 4 years, and what kind of impact the 2028 Olympics will have on the global popularity of cricket. These, however, are questions that only time can answer. I'm your host, Raman Raheja, and you were listening to 180 Not Out. I will be back next week with another exciting episode. Make sure to follow 180 Not Out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
From humble beginnings, it started as a game. A battle ball, a field, and players with no fame. But little did they know, cricket would soon ignite a passion that would last through day and night. 189